Will I? Hello, hello, hello there. Good morning and happy Independence Day, Nigeria. This is Follow Itunolua Teacher IT talking to you today. All right. Others are going to join us, so we're going to have others join us. I can see people already coming. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Independence Day, Nigeria. So, um, welcome to the blueprints. Welcome to the blueprint. And I will start. Just give about 5 minutes so that others can join us. About 5 minutes, everybody will be able to join us. Welcome. Let me know your name and when you're, joining us from. Let me just know your name. Good morning. Happy Independence Day. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So happy Independence Day. I want to quickly send the broadcast for others to join us. I want to send the broadcast so that others can join us. So just hold on as we are sending the broadcast and the mail so that others can join us. But while we are waiting, please let me know your name and where you're joining us from. Your name and where you're joining us from. Welcome to the Blue Print 2021. Yes, welcome. Welcome. So, thank you for being here. I really appreciate. Thank you for your time. Welcome to the Blueprint 2021. This is Teacher IT, and I'm going to be speaking to us on a very important topic today. So, let me make my screen bold so that we can all see it. Let me share my screen, and I'm going to confirm if you can see my screen. All right. So, like you can see the presentation. Let me share my screen. Others are going to join us. All right. Thank you. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Others are joining us. I'll share my screen. All right. Please confirm in the comments if you can see this. Confirm in the comments if you can see this. Confirm in the comments if you can see what is on the screen. Yes. So, happy 61st Independence Day. Welcome. Just confirm if you can see my face and also see the screen. I'm trying to make sure that we can see that. If you can see my face and also see the screen. All right. Okay, a lot of people are saying they can see. Okay, good morning. All right. Thank you for joining in. Welcome. Let's just wait 2 minutes more so that I can get started on our discussion this morning while we wait for others to join. 2 minutes more so that we can get started. Let me know. Obviously, your name is showing, but where are you connecting us from? Where are you connecting us from as you are joining? Thank you for the people watching live. We're going to be starting in the next 2 minutes. We're going to be starting in the next 2 minutes. We're just trying to send an invite to everybody so that they can see, both everybody so that they can see and they can join live. We have 1 minute more By 10:05, we kick start. So happy Independence Day, everyone. Happy Independence Day. Happy Independence Day. You know, there are so little things to rejoice over Nigeria. However, I love Nigeria. It's my place of birth. It's where I've been able to create something worthwhile for myself and my family. I love Nigeria. But love also tells itself, love exalts truth. So we know where we are as a country and how we must move forward as a country and do things better. Yeah, all right. So that doesn't stop us from still telling ourselves the truth, you know. So happy 61st Independence Day. We're gonna have a wonderful time together. Once the sharing has okay, I think 10:05, we can start. So welcome to the Blueprint 2021, where we're going to be looking at school marketing in 2021 and 2022 session. We're going to be looking at that. A moment. Have you finished sharing? Okay. Okay, so we're going to be looking at this. I call this the blueprint lion. While we must come out boldly out of our shells and represent the values that we carry as life builders, how we must know that we are one of the most important part of the equation in the lives of these young ones, and whatever they become in the future is based on what will make them become. So our molding, our ability to mold them, ability to turn their life, their future practically depends on us. What they become, who they become, depends on what we have put in place. So we have to do all we can to get as much. You see, it's like you're on a rescue mission. That's how the school is. Like you're on a rescue mission. Apart from it being a money generating business, it's like you are on a rescue mission going there to give a future to the life of every child that can afford to be a part of your organization. So when you have that switch, you are helping the world become a better place, practically helping the world become a better place. So, uh, so how do we reach more people? How do we get more people? That is the purpose of this blueprint that we are having this particular session. And in this particular session, we're going to be having a whole lot of wonderful speakers join us. From Mr. Rotimi Eitayo, will be taking a very important topic tomorrow. Mrs. Okeinfo Ajayi will be here with us. The Reverend Mrs. Fumi Ojo will also be here with us. These are juggernauts. These are people who know their stuffs. They have been there, they have done it. Two of our speakers are even school owners themselves. They understand the psychology of what it takes to be one. So, and they will be joining us, in session. Just a 2-day blueprint program today and tomorrow. So this morning I'll be taking us on the topic effortlessly turning inquiries to registration. I'll be taking us on that topic. Effortlessly turning inquiries to registration. A lot of schools went through a whole lot this resumption, quite sincerely. Some went through the good patch, right? Some went through the very bad patch. And interacting with school owners, I understand from both perspectives. And if we're good, I have schools who have more than enough. They had their best enrollment yet since inception. They had their classes filled up to the brim. And what they did, I understood it perfectly. Some of them are my partners. And I have some schools that actually they didn't even have any enrollment, or very low enrollment. So on the basis of the divide, what actually turns inquiries to registration? And the funny thing, some of these schools even have inquiries. What turns inquiries to registration? I just sat down to look at all of these things and I put them together in this presentation so that we can have a wonderful time together. So if you're ready for this, can you help me? Let me know in the comments that we're ready for this topic so that I can get started. If you're ready, if you're ready, if you're ready, let me know in the comments so that I can get started. If you're ready, let me know. If you're ready, let me know in the comments I need you to, I need to feel people are with me. All right. Okay, I'm saying I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. All right, I'm saying a lot of I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, I can see that my screen is not projected. So let me quickly fix that. Let me quickly fix that, please. Hold on. Hold on. I want to fix that so that you can see my screen projected. Um, I'll reshare so I can see my screen projected. Hold on, please. So you will see my screen projected now. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Then my screen should be projected now, effortlessly turning inquiries into registration. I want to make sure it's live. Turning inquiries. All right. If you can see my screen projected, please let me know. I can't see it projected from here yet. I can't see it projected from here yet. Why? What's going on? What's going on? Hold on, please. I want to project my screen. I will try and project my screen. Yes, I'm back. Sorry for the breaking transmission, network issues. Yes, I'm back. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Yes, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Network, uh, not network issues, basically. The web provider, the video provider just went off. So I'm back live. So please, we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started. All right. Thank you for waiting. All right. Some people dropped off. All right. We'll continue. So we're going to be talking about a very important topic today. And let me share my screen. Let me share my presentation. Let me share my presentation. So we're looking at the topic effortlessly turning inquiries into registration. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at. That topic, effortlessly turning inquiries into registration. So how can we make that possible? That we are looking at. I'm trying to make a bold screen that we can all see it. I don't know why it's not converting to a bold screen, seriously. So I think I'll just talk with my face up. I'll just talk with my face up. So this is painful. I just talk with my face up. Since it's not showing a bold screen, let me just talk with my face. So you might not see the uh, presentation slides, but let me just talk with my face up. I have my slides here already. Let me just talk with my face up. So basically, we're going to be looking at some things that would help us with turning our inquiries into registration. Most of the time, we a lot of schools have a whole lot of inquiries, where they before the start of the term, there is a whole lot of people asking a whole lot of questions about their schools. We'll find out that in some reasons, some of these inquiries don't convert to become parents. What could be the reason behind this? You know, what could be the reason behind this? How do you turn your inquiries into registration? We're going to talk about that. Now, you will permit me a moment. You will permit me a moment, if you're on this live stream, to broadcast what is on the screen. It's so very important because I have pictures. I have pictures here. So you permit me a moment to fix this PowerPoint issue. Just 1 minute. Let me broadcast because I have some practical things I want to show, and it's very very important to me. It's very very important to me that I do that. So I'm going to be sharing to you some slides. It's very important to me that I do that. Very very crucial to me that I do that. Anyway, we can achieve this. We will achieve. We should achieve this. Anyway, we can achieve this. We should achieve this. So just permit me. You can just bolden your screen to see some of the things I'll be talking about. You can just bolden your screen to see some of the things I'll be talking about. If we can't have a full display, let's have it a display because it's very, very important. So what we're talking about today is very important. This was working well the last time. Don't know why it's not working now. Don't know why it's not working now. So please permit me. If you click on your screen, you would see it go into four, like 4 arrows. Just click on it. You can make it bolder. So I'll be oscillating between my screen and my face, or oscillating between my screen and my face. So let's take charge. Let's let's just manage it this way, basically. So how do you turn your inquiries into registration? First of all, there are some factors we must be able to look at. There are some factors one must be able to look at. Number one is your environment. Your environment is a very is number one motivator, attraction in making people that come around your school fall in love with what you do. And I'm going to say it's not just about your structures. Your structures are part of it, but your environment. In my drive round uh, of my own locality, my own environment, I try to look at schools that prepared themselves for resumption. And when I counted it, I counted maybe just about three. And what do I mean? They prepared themselves for resumption is they actually beautified their environment to make it resumptionable, if I could use that English. So your environment is a very key factor. That's number one. And what do I mean about your environment? What do I mean about your environment? First of all, when parents come to make inquiry in your school, there are things they psychologically look at before they get into your curriculum, before they get into your results. There are things they psychologically look at. There are things they check out. First of all, how does the front of your school look like? That's number one. The things parents check out. They look at how does the front of your school look like. Now, in the blueprint of last year, we talked about we invited Mr. Ebenezer, and he talked to us about the importance of beautifying the front of our school. He said it's very good to have a design from front inside, from the front of our school inside. And most of the time, I'm going to just mention some simple things that does not make a parent say, you know what, I want to be a part of this school. The front of the school, how does it look like? The front of your school. And I wrote about this sometimes, I think last week, and I said, take a screenshot of the front of your school. Would you come to this kind of school? Is it littered with banners? Is it presentable to the public? Basically, there are times we get used to how the front of our school looks that we don't see the anomalies in front of that school. It's very, very important. So we don't see it anymore. So there are things a parent psychologically checks. I've looked at that over time from conversing with parents, conversing with school owners. They are looking at four things, four very important things. How does the front of your school look like? That's what gives them the attraction to say, let me branch here and be a part of it. How does your school compound look like? Is it designed for safety? That's number two. Is it neat and designed for safety? These things might not be big strategies, but they are things that convert and make parents say, I want my child to be here already in their mindsets. Number two. Number three, how does the class arrangement look like? Number three, the class arrangement. Number four, how does your toilet look like? These things are very important. Now, there are things that schools don't take very important that are also very important. For example, what's the color combination of your school? I want to use some set of examples here, even though the slides could be small. I want us to see this school. This is a partner school. I want us to see this school here. Look at this school here. Now, you see this school has two major colors on it. It has a yellow and it has a light blue on it. I have noticed over time, over my studies with school, over observing schools that have brand colors, schools that have brand colors, get more attention in the eye of the parents more than schools that are multicolored. Schools that have brand colors get better attention. They are perceived as more of a standard school in the eyes of the parents more than schools that are multicolored. I don't have an example of a multicolored school in my presentation, but you understand what I mean when a school is multicolored. You understand what I mean? When a school has different shades of colors. And in the bit of getting attention, we actually lose the attention of the intending parent. Now, there's a difference between, this is a school. There's a difference between when a school represents value, even before you step into the school represents a value. I noticed over time, if you just get what I said, there are schools that design themselves to have brand colors gets more attention than schools that are multicolored. Schools that have brand colors gets more attention than schools that are multicolored. So let's take a stroll to the banks. For example, we'll see banks. Zenith Bank has a brand color of a white and red. That's their brand color. In fact, they almost have the same building design across their branches. So there are times where monotonousness or monotony gives you attention. It means you are known for this particular color, for this particular brand, wherever you find yourself. So you can write it in the comment if you go what I said. Schools that have brand colors get more attentions than schools that are multicolored. I noticed that. They have a perception of maturity. They have a perception of value even before the parent steps into the school. So, what is your brand color? What is your brand color? It's very important. It's very crucial to have that in mind. I just noticed it over time. So, look at this school. Basically, this school clearly, you can see it. It just stands out. It's right there in your face. You can almost see it every time. It's right there. The colors of the school are right there in your face. You can almost say, this is the color. This is what the school. This is a school. It just stands out. Two colors like that. Now I've seen some school buildings, basically whether big, whether small, having like I saw a school on the road. The color of the building was round light blue, no purple. The color on that building there was purple. There was a yellow. There was a blue. Everywhere was just all over the place. So it's very important. Now, that is very, very important, especially if we are trying to stand out. So let me ask you a question. If you can answer me in the comment section, what are your school's brand color? It's very important. These are things we don't actually take, seriously, especially as school learners. But what are your school's brand colors? What is your school brand color? If you can put it in the comments. What color represents your school? What colors represent your school? I noticed that over time. Let me try and bring up more example of this. Let me try and bring up more example of this here. Let me try and bring up another example of this. See this particular school. All right, you can see their brand color. Let me start from a smaller school here. See this particular school here is located on the street. You can see their brand color is a light blue. You can see their brand color from the front of the school. You can see it there. That's the brand color from the front of the school. Gets more attention right there. Right there. You can see. See this particular school. You can see their brand colors here. Let me put the picture of the school. Yeah. You can see their brand colors here. I can bring more example. I just noticed that there's a perception in the mind of the parents before they come in. They already have a maturity mindset for that school before they come in. Like, oh, this is a serious environment. It's not making so much noise. It's not making so much noise here and there. I mean, you can't. It's not. It's not all around the place. It's not all around the place. That is very, very crucial. That is very, very important. It's not all around the place. That is very important. Schools that have brand color. So, what is your school brand color? That's number one. So, there are times the way to be unique in front of your parents is by being monotonous. Is by just having this particular brand color. So, before they walk past your school, they immediately know this is a school. So it's very important. I hope you got that point. You got that point right. Okay, let's go back to our slide. Sorry, I cannot, if you're joining us, I cannot make the slides go full screen. I don't know. I'll fix that after. But so I'm seeing in the comment section, I'm seeing purple and lilac. I'm seeing pink and navy blue, red and rose, pink and blue, lemon and green, and all of those things. Now, particularly in my own personal, some of these things are things that at times I just stumble on them. In my own personal, how would I put it, life, or personal, the things I do. I love my own personal colors. I love blue. I love blue colors. I just love blue color. I love blue and white. I love blue and white. There are three particular colors that I just love personally. Amen. Because not because they represent anything. I just love them. I love blue. I love white, and I love lemon green. I love lemon green. Maybe because of my mom, though. My mom too, like, that's her best color. That lemon green is her best color. But blue and white has just been my own color and all of that. Later on, when I went into studies of colors and all of those things, I began to see that, some of these colors represent different things in the minds of the audience. They represent different things in the mind of the audience. As they are coming, you're already saying that, oh, okay, this color is this blue. According to findings, blue represents trustworthiness or something like that. So we see banks play on this trick in the minds of the audience. GT Bank uses ash color and an orange, ash and orange. FCMB uses purple and white. Zenith Bank uses uh, Zenith Bank uses a red and white color. UBA, you use the red and white color. You just know that is the very importance of standing out by being monotonous at the same time. It's very important. So when painting your building, whether big, whether small, represent your brand colors all around. I've just noticed that. Most of the time, you see smaller schools that don't have structure, in a bid to get attention, they multicolor themselves. In a bid to get attention, they multicolor themselves. Everything just now looks noisy at the end of the day. That's in a bid to get attention. There's primary colors all over the gate. There's plaster design all over the building. Everywhere is just making attention. Guess what? It doesn't really attract an arranged mind. And an arranged, matured mind doesn't see that. What an arranged once you monotonize your colors, you immediately get the attention of somebody who has a matured mind, because that school presents itself as a matured school. In the minds of the parents, immediately they're already seeing a standardized school. I hope you get my point. That's the purpose of the brand color. So how does the front of your school look like? Now I showed the example of a school. Let me quickly bring that school back. I showed the school in the PowerPoint presentation here. Now you can see this school. This school, you can see it was shared in one of our inner circle groups. Look, you can see this school. This is Brookstone School, one of our partners. Now see our school right there. You can see our color is what? Light blue and yellow. That's our color, light blue and yellow. And palm, you can see it right there, stands out. If you are passing that street, it's not multicolored. It's not all noisy. Are you getting my point? It's not all noisy. Immediately, it attracts a kind of people. It attracts a kind of people. So it's very important. Repurpose and repaint your school to represent that. And you can have two, but in my own opinion, I don't think you should have more than three. Really, you don't have more than three. So this particular school that I showed, I wish my slide was going. This particular school that I showed before, their colors, they have three brand colors. They have blue, they have navy blue, and they have the white. Right now, if you go to the school, the building color is not more navy blue and the deep blue. The building color is now white and a deep blue. But they represent their brand colors. They are not all over the place. It represents maturity. This is very important. What are your brand colors? What are your brand colors? Is very, very, very important. All right. I think I've spent enough time on that. Let me quickly go back to my slides. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is once you get attention, because when I'm talking about colors and spending more time here, once you get attention, this is what will get people to stop by and increase your inquiry rate. They want to find out what's going on, what's happening in your school. It will increase your inquiry rate. It will increase people stopping over. It's very important. People are moved by what they see. It's very important. Now, the bigger your building gets, the more your color can be in the eyes of the people. Obviously, the bigger your building gets, the more your color can be in the eyes of the people. But it's very important to choose a brand color and represent that brand color all over your school, from your gate to your compound down to the front of your school. Now, your classrooms, obviously, they will have better, varied designs depending on the class. But this is important. This is just important. It's a simple principle that big schools use, average schools should use, that many people are not using. That many people are not using, especially schools that are looking at growing. They are not taking advantage. What is your school's brand color? Don't be multicolored. Now, is there a color you have to choose? Maybe does a color have more effect than the other? I would say yes. For example, yellow represents activity. There's yellow. You see, color yellow and color red. That's why you see eateries use them more. I'm telling you, eateries use them more. There's psychology behind colors. Color yellow, color red. There's activity. There's a whole lot of joy with color yellow and color red. I've noticed that with color yellow and color red. So you see, eateries use this color often. A lot of people, it brings excitement. It brings excitement. So that's why you see eateries, food centers use this color. So I'm not saying a one color is what you should use. However, you can use blue just to represent a color, but don't let the color to be dull. Don't use a dull color. Maybe brown. I've seen brown. Uh, uh, if you are going to use a deep color, mix it with a light color. Don't use brown or wine and deep green. That kind, or use just let there be brightness in that color. You will get what I'm trying to say. So it's very important, because this is one of the things that would get people to say, oh, is there a school here? Oh, there's a school here. Let me be a part of the school that is here. Let me find out what is going on. It's very important. A lot of people are 50% sold even before they set their foot into your school. In their mind, they're already saying a matured school before you come in. So whatever you present to them will be like, oh yes, oh, because it's the expectation. The expectation already. You have set the tone of conversation even before they begin to ask for your bills. Whether your school is upstairs, downstairs, upstairs, whatever staircase it is, let it represent a brand color. Don't let it be all over the place. Don't let it be all over the place. It's very, very important. Maintain this. Then, once you have that brand color, guess what? It's easy for you to now renew that color yearly. So I see a lot of schools, when resumptions are coming, they don't do a form of renovation, repainting. Why it is hard for repainting to take place is because there's so many colors everywhere. But if you have your brand colors, you just repaint it, relighting it up for people to see it again. Let it come up again. Makes it very, very important. I hope I'm making sense. Please, if I'm making sense, please let me know right there in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. I would let me continue my presentation. You will see my face. Let me just put my face up here since my slide doesn't want to come up. See my face. Okay, the next one is your follow-up. Your follow-up. After brand color, people come inside. Why do parents don't convert? Your follow-up is very important. I talk about this every day. One thing that I've learned, what I have learned in business is most of the time people don't get convinced at your first try. When people come for inquiry, how first of all are you handling the inquiry itself? If you are the one handling in the inquiry, or somebody is delegated to handle inquiry, it is very important. The first impression that you put in the minds of the parents is very important. How is inquiry being handled? So here, how would you have a good follow-up system? If you can see, by my right hand, you'll be able to see it. Let's just work with this. How would you have a good follow-up system? So let's talk about this for a moment. First of all, when people come for an inquiry, there are things that are going on in your mind. There are things that are going on in their minds. when people come from the inquiry, they are trying to solve a specific problem. They are trying to solve a specific problem. And, and what is that problem? They want to educate their child. That's the general problem where we are saying, I've talked about this every time. They want to educate their children, right? So, in order to be able to solve this problem, you need to have a format of presenting your inquiry. Hold on. Let me come back on the screen. So when people come, they are seated at an inquiry, it's like somebody is coming to see a doctor. Make it a conversation between a patient and a doctor. That doctor format of having a conversation is much more important than the desire to want to get them to register their children in your school. The doctor format, I call it diagnose. Find out who is seated in front of you. Engage them in a conversation. Whoever is taking your inquiry must know this. Now you have gotten their attention with the brand colors. They have stepped into your school. You must be in charge of that conversation. And how are you in charge of that conversation? You are going to be doing two things in talking to them. This is your job as somebody taking inquiry. This is your job to get into the mind and ask. You are being smart and being sensitive at the same time. This is your job. Number one is you are asking questions. It's very, very important. You are asking questions. When I say times without number, he that asks questions controls the conversation. He that asks questions controls the conversation. You are asking questions. You can put it down in the comments. This is how you diagnose. That's how a doctor diagnoses a patient. When my wife was pregnant for Maiwa, my first one, when my wife was pregnant, we practically went to antenatal care. I think I missed only 2 antenatals, right? I missed only 2 antenatals. Is it 2 or 1? 2, 1? I think I missed 1 or 2 antenatals. But in those process, immediately I learned something that reinforced this technique, which I've talked about over and over again. When she sits down in front of the doctor will take a piece of paper out and begin to diagnose, begin to find out questions. When you diagnose and ask questions, it immediately presents you in the minds of that person seated as a professional, immediately. But whoever is taking inquiry takes this note, not the parent being in charge. I see that all the time. Maybe the parent comes and sits down and says, good morning, please, can I see your bill? Oh, okay, all right, yes, it is our bill. And all of those things. Man, you are not acting like a professional. Diagnose is very important, to diagnose. And what is diagnosing? You're asking questions. So what examples of questions should you be asking at your inquiry? What are the examples of questions you should be asking at your inquiry? Why exactly are you changing your child to this school? What happened in your child's previous school? What exactly happened that you're changing your child's school? Let them find out. Is it a problem? Oh, he has a problem with math. So in that your question, you begin to uncover their pain points. That's why you're even having that conversation in the first place. You are uncovering their pain points. What exactly is the reason, right? And be prepared for any kind of reason. Someone said here it's not clear. I hope you can hear me clearly, though. Be prepared for any kind of reason, my brethren, my brethren and sistren, like you always say. Be prepared for any kind of reason, and don't be surprised by any kind of reason, from flimsy to genuine reasons. Be prepared for any kind of reason. I've seen parents talk about the gifts they received in a school was a handband, and they paid more, and the gift another person received in another school is a big cooler, and they came there because of that cooler. Are you following me? So now you're not talking as a smart sales person, somebody who is sitting there in front of somebody and who is about to sell. You are going to use the points the person is speaking, the points the person is saying in front of you. You are going to flip it to convince the person that your school is the solution for them. So let me say I'm having a conversation now, and I'm a parent, and you ask me, good morning, please, I want to change my child to your school, and all of that. And you sit down, please, what's your bill? You say, oh, good, great to meet you. My name is Fallon Tunolua. Please, can I know your name, Mr. Timidu? Oh, Mr. Timidu. Oh, great to meet you with you today. Now you have flipped it. Immediately, the person asks for bill, you're asking for his name. You have flipped the conversation immediately. You want to make sure you are giving the person the right bill. The person might not even, that bill is asking for might not even be the right fit for the class. In my mom's school, they registered the students who is meant to be in, who the parents said was meant to be in basic 4, but actually, they have to start them off from basic 1. Are you following what I'm saying here? So you have those kind of situations. So you give the person basic 4 bill, and in our school, the bill for basic 4 is different from the bill for basic 1. So grade 1. So what would you say concerning those things? If the parent is the one controlling the conversation, you immediately see that perception of your color now goes down in the minds of the parent. And the more somebody is seeing you as a professional, the more the person can pay for that professional advice that you are going to be given. Remember, we are doing what? A diagnosis. So it's a diagnosis session. It's not an inquiry. Maybe I should change this thing from inquiry. I'm going to change it from inquiry and trademark it. Your diagnosis session is not just an inquiry, it's a diagnosis session. It's a diagnosis session that we're about to have. I hope you are following me. If you got this point, can you put it in the comments? If you are getting what I'm saying, can you put it in the comment? Can you put it in the comments? If you're following me, all right? So, either as the questions control the conversation. I want to quickly check my comments to see if people are here with me. Okay, I'm seeing comments. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. All right. Somebody said I have indeed had a great experience with the doc approach. Inquiry process about 90% or more in enrollment achievement. Every point you made is simply apps. You see, that's somebody practicing what I'm saying. It's very, very important. That's somebody practicing what I'm saying. You see, and I'm still talking about this diagnosis. Treat your inquiry like a diagnosis. Treat it like a doctor. Now, we are not going beyond the paint. We have done the brouhaha. We have gotten their attention. They're like, whoa, this school is fine. I love this. Now we're about to get more of their attention with our diagnosis session. So if you're not getting anything from this, remember, he that asks the question controls the conversation. Always have questions. Less questions. My name is Fallon Tunolua. What's your name, please? So whoever is taking your inquiry can, put this point down. Oh, my name is Mr. Timido. Oh, great to have you. What's the name of your child they're trying to register? Bio. Oh, his name is Oluwa Bio. Oh, fantastic. You can even look for similar points to quickly identify. Oh, Bio. Oh, that's lovely. I used to have a church member. His name is Bio. Wow. So intelligent. Are you getting my point? So intelligent. The parent is getting more comfortable. You are using the information you are getting to get into the minds and hearts of the parent. Is very important. You are getting close. That's how people fall in love. It's a love relationship you're about to begin. You get my point? So now, why exactly are you training your child? You said, in my child's formal school, they have a problem with their speaking. I'm not impressed. It comes, and I'm not impressed with how the child speaks. Whatever uniqueness you are selling now, what is relevant to that parent is my child. I don't like the way my child speaks. Are you following what I'm saying here? The parent has given you a foundation for flipping that communication to your advantage. So where will you start your diagnosis from? That same thing she said. Are you getting my point now? That same thing she said. I cannot stress this point over and over again. You flip it and you say, oh, fantastic. That's great. So that's a diagnosis session going on. Are you following me? You have diagnosed, you have found. So ask more questions. Ask more questions. The more questions you ask, the more you can know. Now begin to see results by having that conversation and say, what, to do this. You know what? You can now begin to make your recommendations and say, our school is good at this. In fact, we have this video, we have this training session where you are flipping their complaints and you are using it to say, you know what? we offer what you need here. So the next step of your diagnosis session is to make them an offer. Then you can now say, this is the bill. Inside that diagnosis session, the test session also is there, where you say, okay, all right, you know what? Before I can make a final judgment on the performance of the child, can we have 30 minutes? Let me, test the child. Let me see what the child is good at, depending on how you can communicate with parents. But whether you are presenting the bill, you are already guaranteeing something that they are looking for even before they register that child. So they're already seeing your school as being able to achieve that. And if your school, you can also do is that if your school doesn't have that facility, you can almost even tell a parent that we don't have the facility for this. However, this is what we have the facility for. You can know the expectation of the parents. There's some parents that from inquiry, you already know this is not your parents. You already know this one is not your parents. It's going to give you a problem. It's going to give you an issue. And you end that inquiry right there. You already know from your diagnosis session. So you make them your offer. Now we're talking about how you're taking inquiry. You make them your offer. Your offer means you give them your bill. This is the amount. This is what you're paying for. And when you are making your offer, give them all you are paying for. Give them all of it. Don't be shy with your price. Don't be shy with your. I see that happen with some schools. Don't try to give them. You pay for this. You pay for this. You pay for this. And this is the required payment before registration is made. You make it known to them from the beginning. This is the required payments. Sorry, my husband is not around. Maybe I'll have to wait till the end of the month. There's no problem. By the end of the month, you can come and register. But before you start here, this is the payment. Remember, that diagnosis session you have had with them has presented you as a professional in their minds, even before the register. So whatever you present, do you argue with doctors when they present your bill, when they present, because they've asked you questions, they've gone through, and they're now coming with a comprehensive reply to say, this is what your child will need. This is what you will need. So you're now saying, this is what your child will need. So, it will need this, it will need that, it will need that, based on this unique problem or solution that you desire for your child. So you make them an offer. And at that point, you get their details. Can I have your number so that I can follow up with you? And guess what? I really hear people say no. Amen. Most of the time, they are ready, especially when they are impressed with your inquiry. They are ready. Some of them might not even come back to register immediately, but that impression you place in their heart puts you in their mind, maybe because the only reason why maybe they will not be coming now is because they can't afford you at that moment. But they are so impressed, they know that if there's a change of level, they must visit this place. It's very important. Then you take that and follow up. And you follow up with them. Now, it is very important you have a follow-up plan for your parents when they come. At least, you must follow up at least 14 times. You must follow up at least 14 times, before you get your somebody put it, I agree with you on this, but I've heard people say it's wrong. I tell those parents of the OBO. Well, that's why people struggle with debt, because they get people in. The parents always like to have an idea of what will all these things, how much is everything, and they fix their mind on it. I've noticed that they always have to have what is the total. What is the total? So if you now say just because you want to bring them in, the total is 10,000. I'm giving an example, and your total actually is 30,000, but just want to bring them in is 10,000. By the next year, you say, is it every time you're increasing bill? You didn't tell me this while I was registering. So there will not be problem as you go on, and all of those things. Quality over quantity, very important. I say that all the time. Okay, let's continue. So then you follow up. Then have a plan to follow up. Always say at least 14 times. So you put them in your database. And how do you follow up? You call, first of all. You call, you text, you add to a WhatsApp group. A school owner on our Inner Circle platform added 30 new registration. What did he do? All the people that came from inquiry from his holiday period lesson, he added them to their to his WhatsApp group. It's funny. This Some of those things are quite, you feel like, wow, people will do this. At times it could be extreme. But that's what they did. He added them to like a pre-registration WhatsApp group. And I don't think he asked for their permission self. He just added them there and was sending them the details about the school and registered 30 from that. Somebody said, but 14 times is too much. I don't like people bugging me. Well, 14 times doesn't mean every day, like 14 days. It doesn't mean every day. No. If I make an offer personally, I have, when I started my group, let me put it this way. When I started my my WhatsApp groups, a lot of people are doing it now, which is fine. When I started my WhatsApp group, people will send me a message that I message too much, that I should reduce it, that once a week is fine. I'm telling you. And I will tell them that you are not my audience. I'll tell them that I'm sorry, you're not my audience. My audience wants to be disturbed. They want this information on a daily basis. They want this information on a daily basis. I'm telling you that. People want to be disturbed. They just have to be disturbed rightly. I want you to take that you should not follow people up. The only thing is, when follow-ups, there are different ways we follow up people. Amen. So you can't pick up the phone and say, hello, you've not registered. Hello, you've not registered. Hello, you've not registered. Hello, come on. There are different ways to follow people up. You can follow people up. First of all, as a school owner, look at an example. The person put them in a WhatsApp group and was creating content for them every day. That's an example. Now, that one is more than 14 times. That was more than 14 times, obviously, because it was creating content, sending pictures of their programs. These were not yet registered in a school, and got 30 students from there. That's an example. Use WhatsApp group. Some people, so if you can have a mixture of a WhatsApp group to text message to WhatsApp group, text message, WhatsApp broadcast, to phone calls, that's an example. That's a mixture. Some people will prefer, let me just add them and they will save our number so that they can view our status and see what is happening there on our status. That is a follow-up. WhatsApp status. That is still a follow-up. Are you following me? I remember when I wanted to study, study a long time ago. I wanted to study in America for my master's, so I went for a program at Education USA. Education USA is in the US Embassy in Lagos. So I went they have a talk session, like a diagnosis session. But before you enter into the hall for the diagnosis session, once you get into the waiting room, there's another room. That room has about 8 to 9 computers. So before you enter into the room where the lecture will take place, you would get into the waiting room. You will all sit down in front of the system. You will log into your Facebook. Then you will like their page. Education USA is a criteria before you step into. You have to like their page. Once you like their page, you stand up, log out of your Facebook. Don't save your password on their system. Then get into, I don't know if it's still doing that. Then get into the hall. Then then sit down for the lecture. And guess what? Till today, I still get an update from Education USA from that action. That's an example. They sit everybody down to follow up. So that's that technique. Just be creative with your follow-ups. It's very, very important. But you must have a plan for follow-up. Especially if you are in school still struggling with students. There are some schools that they don't need to. I'm telling you, some schools they don't need to because they are located in a well-crowded environment. They are on the road. They get a lot of inquiry. Their classes are getting filled, and all of those things. They might not even need to go as hard as as this. But this school that I'm talking about, Whitewood School, became unreasonable with his attitude there. I mean, permit me to use that word. Unreasonable means he was not thinking, will these people like it? Will they like me? Will they hear me? When they say I'm disturbing them too much, he was just doing his work by taking the gospel of his school and spreading it to the people, being conscious of it and say, you must hear me. You must hear me. Do you know that if you are joining this group, do you know that 80% of the time I don't feel like posting every day? I don't feel like at times it feels burdening, like, oh man, I will send this thing again. But it's not about my feeling, it's about my message. Now, let's get into the mindsets that comes before follow-up. It's about the message. Standing out is very important. To me, it's like a commission. Like a commission. Now, I'm not a member of this church. I'm going to mention the name of the church is Winners Chapel. I'm not a member of the church. But do you know they go live for prayers every day? Some people will say it's too much. They can't do it. But they do it every day. It's not about you. It's about the assignments they have in their hands. It's about the assignment. It's not about it's not about you. It's not about the audience. That it's about the assignment the person has and feels this is the kind of urgency it needs. That's exactly the angle I'm coming from with follow-up. So everybody in the environment knows that we have to do this. So what you say is too much. What you say is too much. It's a child's play for another person. Another person they can't sit down. Are you following me? Is there. I've not called this. Have you called this? So they are hello. We didn't see you. Hello. They are saying that thing is there. It's bugging them. It's bugging them. So when it bugs others, others sit down, they cry, they wish their school was growing. When it bugs others, it causes them to pick up phones and becomes creative. Let me add these people to WhatsApp group. So what is burdening you as a school owner? What is burdening you? So it goes back to why did you start the school? Why do you want them to come to the school? If you have something of value, then it should be forced down their throats. If I can use that word. I know I'm going a bit extreme, but I'm telling you the importance of doing some of these activities. So you can now become creative. But if I say 14 times follow up, I'm not saying that 14 times follow up, you say, call, hello, hello, first time, hello, second time, you are calling. No, there are WhatsApp platforms, there are call platforms, there are text message platforms, but that consistency is very, very key. Consistency is very, very key. In fact, this is how you can avoid disappointment. This is how you can avoid disappointment. Telling you the truth. Even in as big as my audience is, I still do the job of making sure I post on a daily basis. And you know the funny thing, we are making an offer now, the inner circle offer. And I'll have people chat me up and say, I didn't see your post. I didn't see it. I didn't know when you are. I did. I was like, wow. So it's very, very important. I hope I've been able to make that point. So be creative with your follow-up. It's so important. So they have seen your environment. Now follow up. You have diagnosed. If you have done your job right at the diagnosis level, most of the time a call or two will almost convert them if you have done your job right. But if all you did at the diagnosis level was just to hand over a bill to them, you'll be pushing yourself against the wall. Telling you, you'll be pushing yourself against the wall. So it's very important to have those kind of attitude, to call, to find out, to send a text message, and also do that. All right, let's continue. Sit down, follow up. Yeah. Next thing is your testimonials. That's the next thing. The next thing is your testimonial. So let's look at your testimonials. Do you have that? Now, there's something I saw that makes a lot of sense. Let me quickly show you. Bam, 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 bam. Let me show you here in the school. Can you see? Let me go full screen. I can't go full screen, but I don't know if you can see this school. You can see some pictures on their walls. Can you see pictures on their walls? If you can see picture on this school. Sorry, it might be a bit tiny. Please, but look at the pictures on their walls. If you can see this particular school. Right. All right. Okay. I think you should be able to have seen that now. All right. Okay. If you can see those pictures, I want to show you something. So let's go back to testimonials, not follow-up testimonials. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So testimonials. So testimonials are very important. Now, there are ways you must do this. That thing I'm saying, you must do this. You must do this. You must do this. I've mentioned, first of all, we started with we started with uh, the first thing we started with was our environment. We looked at the front of our school compound, the front of our school for attention, our school compound for attention and safety, our classes, toilets for cleanliness, safety, and all of those things. We looked at that. Then we jumped into follow-ups. That what are the things that parents expect of us? We've talked about. Now we want to talk about testimonials. It's very important to have testimonials, to document your testimonials. What do I mean by documenting your testimonials? Exactly. What do I mean by documenting your testimonials? What do I mean by documenting your testimonial? By having testimonials, you know, how can you go about this? It's very important. Now, there are subtle ways you can immediately share what is going on in your school. Uh, there are subtle ways you can do that, and I want to talk about it here. Okay, let's get into it. One, there are two effective ways I've seen testimony. I'm talking about what people are doing already that I study and I put into my training. There are basically two ways that you can, get the word of mouth about your school out there. Your parents, if you are doing a good job with your parents, they will naturally bring others. They will naturally want other people to be a part of what you're doing in your school. They will refer others. Quite all right. That is, settled. But how do you push the message about your school out there that somebody who doesn't have the opportunity to even talk to your parents can immediately say, I want to be a part? Two ways. Number one is having what I call a banner collage. A banner collage arranged specifically to showcase what is going on in your school. Now, and I always, to design a banner and put it, these are marketing materials, to design a banner and put it in front of your school. To print a big flex banner, because I know I do it at times, it should cost about maybe 2005. To design it should go about the same, maybe about 5,000 naira. You can do this every 10. So take the past event of your school for past 10. Do a banner collage of these things. Then put it in front of your school. Do you get my points? A banner collage. So before somebody walks into your school, they see the contents. Let me share something with us. Let me share something with us. This thing is not big enough. This is not big enough. I wish it was big enough. But you'll have seen this particular school on the screen. You'll have seen this particular school on the screen. Right there in their banner, you would see, you can't see it now. You would see right there, they wrote music, they wrote ICT, they wrote the things they have in their school. This is an example. This is an example. That's just pretty much it. That's an example. So we see this school having this banner collage. They put the pictures of their recent events, not 2023, not 2024. These things are little things that schools do not do. Now, depending on the capacity of your school, this somewhere you can start from, obviously. But as your school grows, you cannot begin to have more. Now, the school that I brought to our screen, the yellow school, has close to 9. So instead of having a collage, she's having maybe like 1 or 2 per wall. So it's like a journey through their school fence. A journey. What they are saying, their laboratory, what is happening there, to their events, it's like a journey. I mean, that school broke our enrollment record. I mean, they shattered it this time. That's an example. See, be public with your achievements, especially when it comes to this school thing. Be public with your achievements. When I design a sales page, I went to learn web design because of this, so that I can be able to put people's testimonials all around. But there's a particular thing I did one time. After I finished publishing testimonials on the page, I now went down. I said, guys, if you want more testimonials about me, just read the details below to overwhelm people. They can never be too much. So that's an example. So we see a banner collage. Another example is a video. Okay, they said the green square is not clear. Video testimonials at inquiry. I went to a particular school. for their one. They had an event, and I was impressed with what I saw. It's something I suggested before on the platform, but I saw it implemented in that particular school, and I saw it being implemented in some schools right now. Instead of playing Barney and Friends at your inquiry, instead of playing rhymes at your inquiry, why don't you put the testimonials of your parents or the videos of your past events at your inquiry? So have a video, they have this, all the events happening is a long stretch of combination of videos and testimonials of parents all together at inquiry. So somebody seated at inquiry, there's a big screen right there. And this particular screen I'm talking about, guess what they used to have at their inquiry? CNN, channels, CNN News, channels, News CNN. I'm telling you, they've been existing for years, doing fantastically well. They had CNN, a big flat screen TV, and I just made a suggestion that, really, I know we should know about the news. I know that, but I was listening to one before I left my house. Really, I said, please, what should be in this inquiry should be the achievements of your students, the awards that you have won, the inquiry, the events that you have done in the past, what parents are, those pictures, just have it displayed. These are subtle. You are not talking, but something around you is talking. You are not speaking, but something around you is speaking. Do you get me? Aha. Something is just talking, dropping the points to them. So while they are seated there, that thing is educating them. They are like, wow, Mrs. Lagbaja is on the screen saying, after my and see, there are testimonials and there are testimonials. You get my point? There are testimonials, there are testimonials. They are, I had a discussion. I've never written about this, but I was talking to my wife. I said, there are few kind of testimonials. I said she should help me jot it down. And I will take it after. There are few kind of testimonials. There are few kind of testimonials. There's a testimonial that is just informational. For example, I rarely share those kind of testimonials, even personally. Oh, those testimonials are right there on the screen as they are dropping. They are right there on the screen. Testimonials like, wow, this information is mind-blowing. I'm wowed. I love those testimonials. Are you following me? I love those testimonials. But those are not the testimonials I look for. I don't even share those kind of testimonials. These testimonials are, I was blind, now I can see. I like those testimonials. Don't mind me. I used to be 10, now I'm 50. It touched me. I like those testimonials. I used to be scared, but now, coming to join this group, I felt something around me went missing. So I had to come back. Those testimonials touch me. And if they can touch me, my brother and sister, they will touch my audience. If they can touch me, they will touch my audience. So it's not testimony of, the school, what am I saying? It's not testimonials of, the school is so fine, or the school is beautiful, the environment are clean. Those fine, that's fine. But testimonials of, I was blind, but now I can see. Before my child came to this school, she could not do this, but now she can do this. Those are the so when people are gathering testimonials, be looking for those testimonials. Avoid testimonials that are just sentimental, and just avoid those testimonials. So how do you get those testimonials? You need to heighten people's emotions to get those testimonials. You look for the states. You get those testimonials at the hyper-minded states that they are in. That's how they can do testimonials. You can't be asking for testimonials. Maybe a child brought food to school and did not eat that food. Now the parent is not happy, came to complain. Say, can we have testimonials? Whatever the good things you have done, at that point in time, the frame of mind of that parent will not even give you a testimonial, a good testimonial, a wow testimonial if she agrees. So I call these testimonials transformational testimonials. These things I'm saying, I've never written about it. I'm just saying it out of my mind now. I call them transformational testimonials. These are testimonials that shows once I was blind, but now I can see. They are practicable. My child went to write external exam, came out the best. We went for a competition. So you must set yourself up for this kind of testimonials. You must set yourself up for this kind of testimonials. These are testimonials that move mountains, that moves seas, Are you following me? Gather those kind of testimonials. So how do you get these testimonials? Do you want me to share? It's actually not part of what I wanted to share. Actually, I'm giving so much out for free. Do you want me to share? Let me know in the comments if you want me to share. How do you get this kind of transformational testimonial? How do you get it? How do you get most of my testimonials are always transformational. I don't really share informational testimonials. Wow, it was nice, it was beautiful. I don't really share those things. I calm down for that person to apply. After they apply, I want them to get the results. I wait, I calm down so that they can get the wow factor. So, how do you get parents to share transformational testimonials? How do you get it? Put them in a state of heightened emotion. How do you get it? Okay, thank you. I'm seeing a lot of share. How do you get this testimonial? All right. Number one, when you have specific events in your school, you have a spelling bee competition, you have something that the children make a presentation of. At that point, where they are looking at how their children are presenting, they are so glad. Make sure a parent that is so glad, maybe she spending money and all of that. Let there be a testimonial getter amongst your teachers who will just pick this parent and come, take them to maybe a particular office and just say, can you just share the transformation you have seen in your child since she has done? Immediately they begin to connect the states they are in, begin to connect their minds to the things you have done rightly. They say, since my child joined this school, you can see what she's doing today. In fact, as speaking, she's changed. They will begin to, in that heightened state of emotion, your events are so powerful. At that point in time, you are gathering their feelings, their affection. So when they are sharing it on video, they are sharing it with that joy. Their faces are lighting. They are lighted up. They are not sharing it with morose. They are sharing it with bravura. They are sharing it with gusto. Sorry, I'm using so much English. They are sharing it with happiness. That is very important. Actions that they are demonstrating at that point in time. So you gather those kind of videos and put it in your inquiry. You gather them like that. Have a small TV and put it in your inquiry and see how things will remain the same. So somebody said, I can barely see the text in your slide. Please, I really apologize for that from the beginning. And that's what I'm saying it here. I said banner collage. That's what I'm saying. So that's the only one I will share in this video. That's the only one I will share. I'm still thinking, anytime I talk to school owners, I throw out and I get the information on the best way. But that's number one way I've shared with you. There's a second one. Okay, the second one, this thing is just coming off my mind right now as I'm speaking with you. It's something I've brooded on and I've seen. The second one, how to get testimonials, is put your children in competitions that reflect their potentials. When the feedback comes and they come up with awards, they come up with, invite those parents to have a snapshot together with them, then let them express their minds towards their performance of their children. So you have to just register for spelling bee competitions, math competitions, diction competitions, any competition that will bring forth the potential of your children. But the first one is the most powerful one that I've shared. All right. So I've said that. I've said what I said. Your environment, your testimonials, very important. 2 ways you gather testimonials: banner collage, picture collage put together. If you don't have so much funds, you can put it in one banner, or you can spread it across banners. Hang it in front of your school. Let people see what you're made of. And people see what you're made of. Don't say, I don't see school A do this. I don't see school B do this. Do something that will shout out the potential. Remember, I've gotten attention with your colors. Now you're getting attention with pictures. When you are, avoid using baby. If you get my point, avoid using white children. Avoid it. I beg of you. Use your kids. Use what you are doing. Avoid using it convinces no one. Avoid using white children on your banner. You put them there. You say register. You now put a child white. Just avoid those things, please. They are so annoying. They're so annoying. They're so racist. as far as I'm concerned. Avoid it. Use your children. Use your environment. That's why you make your environment beautiful, and that's why it will be snappable. Are you following what I'm saying here? Don't use cartoons. Use real children. Use a baby. I remember when my mom had a plan to start crèche, to re-register crèche, not start. She started it, but to get more, I told her, I just sent her the pictures of my son. Said, use this picture, make it bold, make it big, and put it in front of your school. Put it there. Big baby picture. That's in that week. They registered 5 babies. 5 babies. That week. They just seeing that picture depicts something in the mind. When you see people go and use cartoon, go and use all those things and all of those things on your banners. Use the picture of your students. Beg of you. Don't use any of those things. So it is very, very important. Be proud of the content that you have. And I didn't mention this with your colors. Your colors, you also reflect on your uniform. You get my point? Your colors you reflect on your uniform, and uniform should be well sold. Uniform colors attract a whole lot of people. Telling you, it's subtle, but it's real. It attracts a whole lot of people. Okay, I think this is getting long. Let me begin to finalize as give room for questions. Finally, your attitude. Your attitude. Is that final? Yeah, it is final for this presentation. Your attitude is very, very important. Your attitude. Your attitude. How do you welcome them? How do you welcome people? How do you welcome people? Your real self, school system is could be frustrating. You could just receive a call from a parent that said, I'm not registering unless you do this. So it affects your state of mind. Now an inquiry walks in sitting in front of you. Would you act in that state of mind to that inquiry? So your attitude at the point of inquiry is very, very important. Not just your attitude, the attitude of the person. I talk about this all the time. The attitude. There must be an excitement. There must be smiles all the time. Smiles where you're joyful, no matter the situation you're going through. The person sitting in front of you does not know what you are going through. You can type that in the comments. The person walking in front of your school, that walk into your school, about to make inquiry, does not know if you have eaten in the morning or if you have not, if somebody just registered or not, if you have registered 0 students or not, if you are going through pains in your heart or not. The person in front of you does not know what you are going through. The person doesn't know. So if you are very discouraged, it's better you don't even take that inquiry at all and bring another person who is encouraged to take it. It's very important. Don't take inquiry moody. Smile. Good morning. Good to see you. Oh, wow. Good to see you. My name is Ituno. What's your name? Can I meet you? Oh, my name is Mr. So. Oh, great to see you. Please have a seat. It's very, very important. The person in front of you does not know. The only way that person will know is through your attitude that something else went wrong with this person. Something is going on. And you see it. Maybe the person is emotional. Sorry, is everything fine? Imagine somebody taking inquiry asking you that question. Sorry, is everything fine? Is everything all right? No, it should not be like that. So have an attitude that doesn't reflect your current situation. Most of the time, yeah, it's easy to be happy when everything around you is happy. It's easy to be happy. I'm telling you. Maybe you just got 30 new students. Someone is sitting in front of you. Oh, come on. You just, good morning, good to see you, and all of that. You'll be behaving. You have nothing to lose. You just register. Maybe you just registered 100. So yeah. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm happy to see. All right. Yeah. You're so excited. You're talking because you are in a good season. You are in a good mood. You are in a good mood. But what of those times you are not in a good mood? How would you respond at that point in time? How would you respond? You can do that in front of inquiry, make, you know, uh, make the best presentation. They always say first impression lasts longer and all of that. Make the best presentation. That person doesn't know. That person doesn't know. If you just lost 3 students, he doesn't know. If you have not registered any students in that term, he doesn't know. But at times, when those things reflect in attitude, people at times avoid sadness. I'm telling you, they avoid sadness. This person is moody. It's not this place. And when you are moody, when you are sad, you can't talk with conviction. You can't talk with conviction. So they don't know. They don't know. If you have not registered any new student, you don't know. I mean, they don't know. So that knowledge is only in you. So you talk like you just registered 40. Good. This place is a place to be. Man, I mean, students are here. They will soon start coming in. You see them. They will soon start stepping in now. That excitement is there. Somebody wants to be a part of that. Well, you see, you sit down there and say, good morning. Yeah, great to meet you. Yes. Yeah, sit down, please. Bill. Bola, pass that bill there. That's the bill. In your mind, you're already angry that the woman will say it's too much. Say, how is this bill too much? In this economy. I don't understand. You parents are always funny, in this economy. What is not high in this economy? Yam is high, tomato is high, transport is high, everything is high. It's only school fees that can't be high. God will help us. If you want quality, madam, for your child, that's the price. Really. You're just, everywhere is talking, something's wrong. It's just read that pam, 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 everywhere. Right? So it's very important. Your attitude. And this is why you treat the staff as the inquiry well, so that they can have a smiling attitude. Telling attitude can be one reason why people are bringing students. I just like the way that madam smiles, and all of that. So, I mean, it's there. Okay, I hope I'm communicating a point this morning. I'm being here for 1 hour 30 minutes. The attitude. All right. So what are those things? Smile. I mentioned this. Smile. 2 things people are always looking for: joy and intelligence. They're always looking for that joy and intelligence, professionalism. And I've mentioned that if you are going through the diagnosis, you would actually reflect professionalism. If you are going through the diagnosis, you will reflect smartness. And if smile smart. Just put it, smile and be smart. If you are going through the diagnosis, you reflect that. I hope I've been able to make sense. All right. Then the next thing is you present your offers, your bill. At your inquiry, you make sure you talk about your offers. Now, what do I mean by offers here? Actually, parents love discounts, and I always recommend discounts. But let me quickly go to this slide, which is the offers. Let me go to this slide so that you can see what I'm talking about. Parents always like, if you can see what is on the screen, parents always like 2 kind of discounts: referral discount and siblings discounts. I don't just know, they just like it. Yes. So, and this has come to stay, really. Let's be realistic. It has come to stay. However, you must not use discounts as a way to convince parents about your school. If all a parent can want to register in your school is that the parent can't see the value, it's all about the discounts. The parents, it might become a problem later in the future. So you don't want to lower the bar in such a way that the parents will just come in easily. How will I put it in the right way? You don't want to just say, oh, 1-term scholarship, 1-term off. No, you don't want to say that. You want to give them your offer, exactly the charge. And if you now ask, is there no discount? You tell them the discount that is available. Let's say you have siblings, this applies. Let's say you are bringing new students with you, this applies. So it's going to fulfilling some particular criteria. But the most important fact of this equation, that value must come before discounts. Value must come before discounts. Value must come before discounts. Discount don't register people into your school because of discounts. Let them register in your school because they see the value. And what value is the problem you can help them solve from the diagnosis. What that child cannot do, that you can guarantee them to do. And that's my next point. that you have been able to see, and you can be able to guarantee them. You can guarantee them. I call it irresistible guarantee. You can guarantee them that value, that you can guarantee them. And how do you know this value? From your questioning process. From your questioning process, you can be able to know what exactly is what they are looking for. If it's something your school is good at and can offer, and if it's that thing you guarantee them. If somebody is saying my child cannot read, my child cannot do this, and you have a process that can make a child do that, I mean, every school should have, and you can guarantee them that I can guarantee you. Now, what do I mean guarantee? Now, listen, this happened. I started putting this in place when I took one inquiry in my mom's school. It's about 6 years ago, long time ago. The parent came from a very big school in the area. So the child, the son, is always crying. That's the son. In fact, that was why the son was withdrawn from the other school. She doesn't know. Anytime she takes the son to that school, the son cries. Anytime she takes the son to that school, the son cries. So she withdrew the son from the school. And in that discussion, say good morning and all of those things, how are you doing? Just the diagnosis. I just asked the question in a diagnosis session. I asked the question, why exactly are you changing your child to the school? Guess what she mentioned? The child always cries. That's the reason. I said, I don't know why. I take him to that school. So what is of value to that person now? Your value to that person is not, we can make a child read. Before he child is age 3, the child will fly in the sky. Before the child is in the future, the child has gotten a job. That's not what value to that person. Yes, in the long term, you have that. What is of value to that person right there is that child is crying. So immediately I said, oh, wow. Well, with the arrangement of a nursery, what they do, the activities they do on a daily basis, their circle time and all of those things, in 2 weeks, I can guarantee you that this child should stop crying. In 2 weeks. Irresistible guarantee. Like in 2 weeks, that child has been there for a term. She didn't stop crying. I'm telling you, the child will be able to stop crying in 2 weeks. I'm telling you, I was scared when I said it's really, like, what of this child doesn't stop crying in 2 weeks, a lot of those things. But that I didn't guarantee child will be able to read, child will be able to fly. I just guaranteed that crying. What is of value to that parent? And guess what? At the stroke of 2 weeks, the child actually stopped crying. That parent is still a parent till tomorrow. Still a parent till tomorrow. That is the importance of diagnosis and guaranteeing what that child lacks in that particular school. Why do you have to always talk with assurance? Because parents are filled with doubt and fear. They have this doubt and fear, especially at the point of making payments. They were like, with my child, that doubt and fear is in their mind. Am I making the right decision? Am I registering this child in the right school? And all of those things. That doubt and fear, you take it away from that. But if you have a good process, if you have been following me from your environment, in fact, at this point in time, you might not even need to guarantee. They will be guaranteeing themselves, knowing that your system works. Especially maybe they are referred, somebody that they've seen the things you offer. They will be talking about it. They'll be talking about it. So diagnosis makes your guaranteeing easy. When you have diagnosed, you can be able to say this. And you might not even get to the level of guarantee if they can see your video testimonials, they can see your pictures. They are almost convinced already. They're just asking for your account number to say, let's move forward with this particular thing. So that's unfair. What else? Finally, guarantee a visible impact in the shortest period. All right. I just said that. Okay. All right. So now, welcome. So this is the first session of the blueprint. So you know what you can do for me right now? I want you to be a part of inner circle. Inner circle. I'll be talking more of marketing, and all of that in these inner circle. So you can click on the link on your screen, www.teacherituno.com/lion21. read about it, click to my WhatsApp. You will be able to connect with me on WhatsApp, chat me up, then chat me up, then I will be able to, you can be able to join the inner circle. I'm going to be sharing more of this. I'm going to be sharing more of this. We're going to be having a whole fantastic session in the inner circle. So you can join the inner circle, www.teacherituno.com/lion21. You can see it on the screen. Join that inner circle. Why do I call it Lion Group? It's a place where confidence is built. Success is 90% mental and 10% strategy. I will say that all of the time. 90% mental, 10% strategy. So I talk about emotional intelligence, I talk about goal setting, I talk about handling our fears and be able to act irrespective of how we feel. And I've mentioned that in our communication today. So click the link www.lion uh, /lion21. You can see it on the screen. Now, let me have your questions quickly. Let's treat some questions. Let me put it on the screen. Let's treat some questions before I close this session. teacherituno.com/lion21. Right, add banner. So I'm going to put it on the screen for those that can't see it. Yes, it's on the screen. Yes, it's on the screen. Join the inner circle. You can see the link on the screen. Join in that circle. www.teacherituno.com/lion21. So once you see, you click to my WhatsApp. After this, I'll be able to attend, to your chats once you come to my WhatsApp. So quickly, let me have your questions. Let me have your questions. I hope you have gotten a whole lot of value. Right? I hope you have gotten a whole lot of value from this. I hope you have gotten a whole lot of value from this particular session that we are having. It's very, very important to talk about the message. I've talked about it. Don't be afraid to follow up people. You are passing a message across. You're trying to solve a problem, except just, establish your school for fun. But I know you did it. All right. So that's why you're here. All right. It's on the screen. www.teacherituno.com/21. www.teacherituno.com/21. Question. I'm still here to say question. I'm seeing a lot of appreciations here. Questions. Okay. Somebody made a comment. Guarantee only what you can exactly. That's why your diagnosis. When you bring up, if it's a solution you can provide, you guarantee it. If it's a solution you cannot provide, there's no need. That parent will never be satisfied with you. Refer them and they'll say, we don't have this. Just go to that school down the road. In fact, a parent will see, wow, like it's not a desperation to have them. It's not just you are trying to solve a problem and you don't have that. You say, we don't have this, And if you have it, say it with all strength. I have it. I will solve this problem. Come in. I have it. I will solve this problem. Come in. Basically. So, all right. Said I got a lot of value here this morning from Mrs. Pokwala from Milola. Lovely. Okay. They said, how do I handle a parent who from the first day of registration is asking me increase the bill for our husband just to make gain? That's your value system. Is it playing here? Let's talk about value system here. Okay, let's talk about value system. No, it's a no. Something you can't. No, we don't do this. This is how we stand here. Whatever you have between you and your husband should be settled. I don't think you should bring the school in the midst of it. People actually admire firmness. People admire firmness. When you tell them no, we don't do that here. But by the time you allow that, a new parent for that matter, you allow that, how much more demands will be made going forward? How much more demands? Doctor the bill, write a different bill for me. How much more demands will be made? So I think I've answered that question. If you already painted your school based on your previous brand colors and you recently changed your colors, how soon again should you repaint your school? Well, it depends on you. Basically, I know a school that does it every year, every 2 years. But I think 2 years is fine. I don't think a school should have colors that overstay. No, I don't think so. It doesn't show seriousness as far as I'm concerned. especially if you're running a profitable school. I mean, why should a color just be there for 5 years? There should be updates, there should be paintings, The environment is very important. Making it safe, conducive, beautiful is very important. There should be upgrades. I've answered that question. All right, another school. Also, if your school is built with red bricks, and there's no painting in brand colors, will that be an issue? No, no, I don't think so. That would not be an issue. That will not be an issue. I can give you example of schools built with bricks, even though bricks are more expensive. Long time ago, in my area where when I was living with my parents, there's a school called Good Shepherd Schools. That school was built with bricks, doing fantastic well. So I think it's the only school I've seen, and Oniland schools at the gates. Yes, is built. The primary school, is it the primary school? Built with bricks, yes. But they have their brand color. Their brand color is light brown and deep brown, cream and deep brown, and all of that. But this Good Shepherd school, all built with bricks, was still doing fantastic well. But their brand color is a purple on a purple shirt, wine tie, and forgotten how their trouser and skirt looks like. So it does not. I think it's very good. I think it has a very good perception using bricks because everybody knows bricks are expensive though. Other than a child who is always afraid during exam, but during class she's very intelligent. But when it's time for exam, she's afraid and forgets everything she has been taught. Well, that's a fantastic question. I won't be able to answer that because that's actually not the focus of what the topic we are talking about. I like questions related to the topic. Pretty much that child, more professionals are here who handle children one on one. Pretty much is the child must just be talked to be able to build our confidence towards that, and we don't expect it to happen once. We also give the child also opportunity to try until she gets to that point. I mean, that's the brief that can come to my head now, but I know there are better answers to that. Okay, so how do a situation where my bill is higher than others in my community and people are complaining, what should be done? Are you perceived as a better, uh, what are you perceived in the light of that bill? That's number one. I don't think your bill should be extremely high, you know, except you're offering a better service. Amen. Except you're offering a better service. Better service now doesn't really just mean the education. Better service means the comfort of your environment, the care that you give, and all those other things that other schools in your environment might not have. But if you are not perceived to be charging that kind of bill, uh, then you have to work on your perception. Perception means the upgrading of the environment is very important. See, I have spoke with a school owner who had um, about 20 students in her school, and she repainted her school. She did repaint her school, not brand colors, multicolored approach. And she complained about how her school wasn't growing. Nobody registered. Even the people in there, they are marking time to leave. You know, she mentioned she has done all of those things. So I just told her, snap the pictures of your environment and send to me. And when she did, I began to identify. Even me will not bring my child to the school. I'm always blunt when I'm talking. I won't bring my. First of all, the school was not safe at all. It was not. It was not safe. So a part of their fence had gone down. They used, it wasn't safe. It wasn't a place. So put yourself in the position of the parents. Now, a parent coming in doesn't have no matter how much you're charging this parent, is not perceiving this place as safe. It's not perceiving this place as safe. I'm just from that place, I'm already imagining a snake crawling in. And the thing is that at the side of that school, there was not a bush to make matters worse. Even though the front of the school is well painted, but entering into the school, you just see it immediately by the side. That's an example. How are you perceived in that environment? How are you perceived? No matter the amount you charge, people will pay you what they perceive you to, the amount they perceive you to be. So it is very, very important to make sure that you are charging your perception. And if you're not charging higher than the average school in the environment, then you have to be perceived as offering higher service. Mark the word. And that higher service doesn't mean just teaching. You know, teaching is basic thing, but everybody's school does. We even have schools that are not so expensive that teach well. but higher service. What are the extras that you offer that adds up to that? Okay, all right. Lost gain here. We are in our third year and really need to convert inquiries into admissions. Wondering if my admin is the problem or I do a diagnosis myself. Your admin should watch this video. There's a video in the inner circle that I talk about the how to take effective inquiry, and I've talked about this. Like I just talked about this again as regards to converting them. Your admin should watch this video if they won't take an inquiry. Lots gain here. We're in our third year. We really need to convert into admission. Okay, I just read that. If you have or can develop the right skill set, handle it yourself. I have handled mine myself. It's been a great experience for me. It is good. You can handle it yourself. It's very important. But there are times I'm not of the opinion where you keep doing everything yourself. I'm not basically of that opinion. Some people have that opinion. You can do it yourself, but why don't you also build a system that can do it in your absence? It's very important. So what can you do to incentivize the person doing it to make sure it does a good job even in your absence? It's very, very important. That's when I can say you're successful with the system. Imagine if you have to always take inquiry, but there are times you have to be out. There are times you have to attend maybe your NAPS meeting or or your organization meeting, and inquiry comes. If you are not available, what happens in that gap? So must also be able to have people that can take that inquiry in your absence. And that's why I'm laying down it in a step-by-step format in that video I have in the inner circle. And that's why I'm putting it on the screen. You join the inner circle, www.teacherrating.com/21. Watch that line on 21 on the screen so that you can see the video. The person can watch it and can follow that step, then use that idea to develop your own. So it's very important. All right. I gained a lot here, Teacher IT. Thank you for being here, Mrs. Justina. Somebody call me Prof. Hey, Jesus, help me. I'm not Prof. I'm just a simple young man. I think I'm too young for that. Prof IT, you've transformed me from a school administrator to a sought after school consultant. Oh, hey, sir, Mr. Dario Olatunde. Please, can you come to my WhatsApp? Let's share the spoils together. We need to share this money together. We need to share these spoils together. All right. All right. Okay. Put yourself in the position of the parent. Your extras. Excellent. So, no more questions. I think we just have 11 minutes more for this session to be over. I can still take a few more questions. I'll just wait about a minute. If you don't have any questions, we'll call it a day. And we'll be back by 7 p.m. tonight, where we are going to be having Mrs. Okeinfo Ajayi, where she will be talking to us also on school marketing. She's a wonderful woman. I've followed her on Instagram. She's lively. When it comes to that attitude, I've not been to her school. However, she's somebody who has a very good attitude. Laughs. So happy. And I followed her on Instagram, and that got my attention. She'll be talking to us tonight. Right? She'll be talking to us tonight, and I'll make that broadcast into all the groups, so I'll be a part of it. All the people have been seeing a lot of chats coming to my chat. I will respond after this is over to each one by one, so that we can be able to have we can be able to get people into the inner circle immediately. So you can join the inner circle by clicking the link on the screen, www.teacherituno.com/lion21. www.teacherituno.com/lion21. That lion is very, very important. It represents bravery. It represents tact. It represents not just bravery and tact, but ability for a group of people to come together to win a battle that they would not have won individually. It's very, very important to work in packs and be able to achieve and get motivation. What do you think is not possible in your own corner of the world is possible. Another person is doing it in their own corner of the world. And once you see that, it motivates you to start thinking different. That wow, this can be achieved. It means I can do this too. That's the purpose of the inner circle. Come together. So thank you very much. Okay, 2 questions. Good job, teacher. It is a situation whereby a parent has agreed to register children and went to another school and registered children, but keep coming back to register. What will I do? I don't understand that question. A person has registered already, but keeps coming back to register. I didn't get that question. Situation where someone is diverting parents away from your school. Who is that person diverting parents away from your school? Is it a parent from your school? Confront the person. Talk to the person. What's the problem? Talk to the person. Have a conversation with that person. If you don't have a conversation with the person, have a conversation with your parents. Have a conversation with your parents. If you can have a conversation with parents, have a conversation with your parents. Call a meeting, have a discussion, know what is going on. Be paddies with your parents, be close with your parents, call them together, sit them down, have a discussion. At times there could be a lion in the room that you're not confronting. There could be an issue that you're running away from. You yourself know, and you're not confronting that issue headlong. They're not confronting that issue headlong. So they are taking advantage of that issue to now talk about your school. Confront that issue headlong, call them together, solve that problem. Let that person outside not have power more than you, who is in charge of the school. Somebody is directing parents away from your school, and you don't have that power to limit their diversion. It means the influence of that person is greater than your influence as a person. I don't think I've been worried about a third party, even in my own personal business that I run WhatsApp group. I've had a situation, my men and brethren, the people that are here, uh, men and brethren. I've had a situation where somebody took the old numbers in our WhatsApp platform, created a new group, added everybody there. Are you following me? Added everybody there. I can't count. I will have gotten close to 40 something chats. Teacher IT, what's going on? Teacher IT, what's going on? Teacher IT. I'm like, you see, then just ended up fooling ourselves. So I sent a chat. I said, you don't build something like that. You don't do. If you want to do, there are ways to do it. A trust that has been built. I've been running this online platform in close to 5 years now online. Yeah, a trust that has been built over time. You don't want to steal people's number and put it there and think they will just sit down there. No, no, you're just like you have represented yourself as a thief who has gone to another man's field to steal. That's what you have done. So I don't think I had a sleepless night. I don't think I've ever had a sleepless night. I don't think so. I have a lot of people make presentation on our platforms every weekend, every week. I don't think I've ever thought. I say, all of these people and all of that. I mean, what causes insecurity is most of the time because as a leader, you're not developing yourself, you're not investing in yourself. As far as you keep investing in yourself, and people can see that you know your stuff, nobody will have more influence over your organization than you, the leader yourself. So why should somebody be diverting people away from your school? Why is that happening? So confront the lion in the room. Whatever that challenge is, address that lion in the room, address that, call the parents together, address it to win their trust back again. They will be the one to send that stranger packing and say, get out. So it's a lie. She has called us. Are you following what I'm saying here? So I think that's how I can explain that. I hope you get the point. It's almost 12. I have to close this. It's almost 12. Okay. Mrs. Faramade, have you rephrased the question? Mrs. Faramade, good job, title. A situation whereby a parent has agreed to register her children and went to another school and register her children, but keep coming back to the register. I still don't get the question, and it has not been rephrased. Thank you. Standard presentation. Thank you very much, Mr. Olarinwaju Jones. Stella account. Thank you to Charity for this informative training. Thank you very much, ma. It happened to me. It happened to me in your WhatsApp group. See, somebody said that. All right. Charity, please, how do you deal with a parent that keeps insisting on discount that doesn't favor the school with threat of pulling out their children? Imagine you succeed allowing that to happen and they still end up pulling out their children. How would you feel? Betrayed, right? Betrayed, right? Tell them exactly what your school offers as regards referrals and discounts, regards sibling discounts. Just tell them what your school offers. Tell them what your school offers. Then switch their mind back to the value that you are giving to them. If a parent will always insist that the only reason why they will put their children in your school is because of discounts, you might give them that discount and they will still pull their children out at the end of the day, and you will feel pain at the end of the day. I think that's just my answer to that question. So the remaining is the ball is in your court. So whether you give discounts or you don't give discounts, the point is the parent must see the value. If the parent cannot see the value, all the value they can see in your school is the discount you are giving them. I have a problem with those kind of parents. I have a problem with those kind of people. Yeah. Somebody is in the inner circle. We have what we call inner circle library. We have what we call inner circle library. And People share resources. So there's this particular resource that is shared that I put in inner circle library. One of the benefits of getting to the inner circle, I put it there. So somebody chatted me up and said, I want to join the inner circle. And I said, okay. So I now, read the details about the inner circle here. And I said, this is not why I want to join the inner circle. I want to join because I want to download this particular thing. I said, sorry. If this is not the reason why you want to join the inner circle, then the inner circle might not be for you, sir. I would like you to go through this link, read about the inner circle. If it's something that is for you, then you can join. Person said, oh, sorry, this is why I want to join the inner circle. Then I'll join next time. Guess what? 2 minutes later, he chatted me up and said, oh, I read it. And actually, it's a place I would like to be. He sent his money, paid, I added him to the inner circle. I wanted to make sure that value is why he's joining, not because of any other thing. Because guess what? He can get that other material from another platform, from another place. He can also always get it. So you can people share materials everywhere. You can always get it anywhere. You don't need inner circle for that. You don't need inner circle for that. You want to get e-notes? You can get it anywhere. You don't need inner circle for that. So I make sure you are getting to inner circle because of the vision this represents. So it is important. I can afford to lose a parent because of that. Is it the value? Now, if you, that I said, think of it, if you eventually fall for the discount trap and the parents eventually remove their children, how would you feel? You will feel betrayed. I'm telling you. I went that way. All right. Okay, the person is a school owner who closed down his parents because his parents are owing. But when my school started, she started diverting parents away because she can't bear it. Seeing me succeed. Just stay true to your vision. You can't call the school owner, but you have the control over your parents. Don't worry about that person. She's just bitter, which is normal, and all of those things. But however, stay true to your parents. Just stay true to your parents, except there are spoken issues. I think I've answered that. Mr. Faramade, he said that is she has been disturbing that she wants to register her children in my school. After she had registered in another, we have discussed better. Find out why exactly she's not registering. Why? She has registered, but she keeps coming back. There's something she's seeing in your school. There's something she's seeing. There may be a reason. There might be an unspoken objection. It could be the husband that wants that other school that she's not saying. So ask her exactly. Find out exactly what's going on. What is it, daddy? They make suggestion. Is it your husband? What's going on? Is it the fee? Is it? Ask her. In that conversation, you'll be able to know exactly the reason behind that. Then you can undo that objection for her. You can bring forth your solution for her. If it's the husband, would you like me to talk to him? If it's about the discount, can we work something out? So because she has interest in your school, that's it. Just ask for that question on that. Okay, with this few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that we are going to have a wonderful 2020, 2021, 2022 session together. So it is 12. Join me this evening by 7 p.m. as I welcome Mrs. Okeinfo Ajayi to be a part of our presentation. All righty. See you by 7 p.m. Have a good time. Bye-bye, everybody.